You will see now a very patient, intelligent attack from St. Anthony's. Not looking to force anything. Now watch for the officials, because you're going to hear the Chaminade bench calling for a stall. You will end up at some point here with a keep it in call where St. Anthony's will have to keep it in the box.
Pomper going down. A shot that Connors easily handles. Off to quick outlet now. This is Eric Grind. Grind. Here comes the senior, Grind. Gets it to Matt Cavanaugh. Matt Cavanaugh. 60-point season for Cavanaugh. No cheap ones on the stat pages for these two teams. Now Shane Thornton flips it back up top. Here comes Sean Mann. He's got a big left-handed shot. Mann got it to goal. Beautiful bouncer by the Harvard-bound captain. And Sean Mann cuts it to 3. That's what you need out of your captain.
Scored by number 19, Sean Mann.
Put a little life into the situation, and the senior midi makes it happen.
Well, Sean Mann's clearly a leader of this team. You see him go on the left-hand drive against Timmy Stackpole. Nice job defensively. The angle's getting small, but he shoots the ball early. Now, you're going to see Sean Mann again, impact situation. What does he do on this face-off? They're asking him to do a lot, but when he's a big guy, you need big plays out of him.
Under 6 to go now. Let's see if Chaminade has one last big run in them. Here comes Rooney. Walter Rooney right down the alley. Rooney inside, and it's saved by Burke. Off the rebound, though. Look at this. Cavanaugh did it. Manny Cavanaugh. And the Notre Dame-bound seniors made it a 2-goal game. Don't go anywhere. The Flyers are not dead yet. Number 37.
Jim, how many times have we seen this from Matt Cavanaugh? Those quick, loose balls around the goal. He gets the goalie at his mercy, and he finishes the ball. Look at the great loose ball off the rebound. And the poise and the patience to put it in the back of the net. He won't make the same mistake twice. Gets them within 2, and here's Sean Mann again on the face-off. Another face-off win for the Flyers.
Mann lost his stick. And after 2 goals in the last 18 seconds, St. Anthony comes away with it. Tough break for Chaminade right there. Mann won the face-off and just lost his stick. Well, that's what firepower will do for you. 2 goals in 20 seconds, and we're back to a 2-goal game. The last time Chaminade won this game, they trailed by 3 in the 3rd quarter and came all the way back to win it right here at Stewart Stadium at Hofstra. It was 2008. They're trying to do it again. Loose ball. Look at the hitting going on. Big call goes the way of the Friars. St. Anthony keeps possession.
Always the tough decision for a player. Do you go to the ball or do you go to the man? Smart play there by St. Anthony's. They come up with the ball. You see him take the man, get him out of bounds. Possession back to the Friars.
Under 5 now. 4:20 to go in this game.
Now you see Chaminade starting to extend a little bit more, getting out further to those St. Anthony's players.
Sherlock! And it goes! Elementary from Sherlock! And the North Carolina-bound junior snuck it past John Connors. Chaminade could not believe that found a way.
You see Sherlock getting through the double and triple team.
First of the game, scored by number 8.
You see some stick swinging by the Chaminade defense. Maybe their legs are starting to run out a little bit.
And they'll win another face-off. Brandon Conroy. And St. Anthony's wants to talk about it. Keith Weiserick saw his 4-goal lead shrink to 2 in a heartbeat. But then a moment ago, Brian Sherlock. And what an eruption we've seen in this 4th quarter by these two teams. Entertaining stuff in the 4th and final stanza.
You see Brendan Conroy with the earlier play off the face-off, goes right down the throat and beats Connors. Then the backside one, Bernardo can't finish it, but Chanachuk can high to high. The big save. Kieran Burke on Matt Cavanaugh, really a big play in this game. Then Charlie Raff on the right-hand drive finishes the ball. There you go. Sean Mann on the left-hand drive, big save, and there's Matt Cavanaugh for the garbage. We saw him get stuffed earlier, it won't happen again. And then here's the move by Brian Sherlock, draws the foul, puts it in past Connors, and that's where we lie right now. Big timeout here for St. Anthony's. A couple things you want to talk about. You want to be patient. You want to be smart with the ball here. You don't want to force anything. You don't want to give any turnovers in the middle of the field. If you're going to turn it over in your St. Anthony's, you want to do it around goal line extended or behind the goal so that Chaminade has a long way to go to cash it in on the other end. If you're Chaminade, Jim, you got to pressure out. You got to try to recognize matchups that you think you have an advantage. When the ball enters into those matchups, you have to deny all the other players and try to attack somebody and try to what you would call a black or a red dog and go after the ball relentlessly.
Final 4 minutes for the Flyer Nation of Chaminade. They trail by 3 goals. You have to wonder what Jack Moran told his team. Tara Petrolino had her ear to the legendary coach.
He looked right at those guys in the eye and said, listen, 4 minutes, 3 goals. We have to recognize the matchups. Don't play crazy. I want everyone to take a deep breath when you take that field. You are fine, but ground balls must be white. Jimmy?
Thank you, Tara. Back in play, and St. Anthony's with the all-important possession here. Possession is the name of the game now for both these teams. Charlie Raffa. And the pressing out has begun. Matty Graham. Now the double team on the ball. And coming out was Bernardo. Well, the Wildcats of Villanova are getting a good one. And Christian Bernardo, he's a gamer.
It's one thing for sure, Jim. At this point, with a 3-goal lead, if you're Christian Bernardo, you don't get tired. You don't run out of gas. You keep changing those directions, moving those feet. No different for anybody wearing a black jersey right now.
Under 3 minutes to go now. These are live images from Hofstra University on Long Island. The Catholic Championship. Hofstra, as always, a gracious host. Their athletic director, Jack Hayes. Jay Artinian, who runs the whole show when it comes to facilities, and Colin Kennedy have done a great job for the Lax Live MSG varsity crew. Thanks a lot, gentlemen.
For Chaminade, you got to attack quickly. Find a matchup you think you can win and go after it.
Down 3, Sean Mann looking to make that goal to cut it to 2. Mann gets it onto the stick of Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh chomping at the bit, but he's got Virginia-bound Greg Dansiglio on the pole. And Jack Moran will call timeout for Chaminade. And discuss the final 2:20.
I think we had an inadvertent whistle. Somebody said timeout somewhere along the line, but Jack Moran's staff never called timeout. Inadvertent whistle by the official. They're going to put it right back in play.
Here comes Cavanaugh quickly off the restart. Cavanaugh did it! Oh, he duped him a little bit. And when the whistle for replay came, Matt Cavanaugh exploded, and it's a 2-goal game. He just keeps on coming.
That is an example of a guy being ready and heads up. The inadvertent whistle works for Chaminade here. Gets Cavanaugh on the goal line and extended drive. He goes quick underneath, gets back to the left hand inside that Seglio, and puts it home. An odd situation officiating-wise created an opportunity for Chaminade.
As a young man growing up on Long Island, Matt Cavanaugh dreamed of someday playing for the Fighting Irish. He has fulfilled that dream. He will head off to the Golden Dome in South Bend. What a story. And look at this, off the draw, they got possession again. Shane Thornton back. The pass goes awry. And it'll stay with Chaminade. It was deflected off the stick of a Friar. Final 2 minutes now. Chaminade. An air of desperation. Kavanaugh. Here's Shane Thornton now. Shane, little draw inside. That shot was blocked. Looked like Dansiglio got a piece of it. And here comes St. Anthony.
You're right on, Jim. Greg Dansiglio jumping off his man, jumping off Kavanaugh. You see the look inside, and Sherlock's going to make a smart play. Excuse me, McDonough's going to make a smart play and pull it behind. But the double team there by Dansiglio gets himself in the lane, knocks the ball down, never got to Kieran Burke.
And the omnipresence of St. Anthony's, because no shot is a good shot in this situation. Just ask Bucknell. Virginia's in the Final Four because of it. And a good timeout right there by Keith Weiserick. His player was in trouble. He had possession, and now they'll talk about it. Well, we are so glad to have you aboard here on MSG Varsity's Lax Live as we continue our live coverage of the best high school lacrosse in the nation around the tri-state. Tonight, we're on Long Island. Tomorrow, the truck will roll to the Nutmeg State. Our number 16, the 6-time defending Connecticut State champion, the Blue Wave of Darien, taking on the Tigers of Ridgefield. What a matchup. The FCAC Championship, the otherwise conference known as the Super Conference, 19 teams, is down to 2. We will decide their champion tomorrow night live, right here on MSG Varsity. Well, this one, Pat, has been as good as advertised. This championship, 22 goals in the game, and with 1:21 left, only 2 separate these two clubs.
And I would tell you, I don't think we're done. I think that you're going to see some type of aggressive defensive package put in by Coach Steve Leghart, one of the assistants with Chaminade. You prepare for these things all year. We're in a situation, we're down 2, 1.5 minutes left. In that neighborhood, what are we going to do? Okay, both teams are prepared for this. But when you start doubling the ball and you St. Anthony's, you don't want to go to the goal quick. You referenced it earlier. You score, it goes to a face-off. It's a 50-50. So the goal is not necessarily your friend. Killing the clock is your friend here if you're wearing black. So you're not going to see St. Anthony's go to the goal too quick. They may late, but they're not going to go right away because they don't want to create that face-off situation where Chaminade may very well win 3 face-offs in a row and even this game out. You're going to see patience, possession. They're going to run away and try to create some open space, and Chaminade's going to chase like crazy.
Well, the great schedule for both these teams paid off. We saw St. Anthony's Keith Weiserick beat Del Barton on Lax Live earlier in the season. It was just less than 2 weeks ago when they beat Yorktown 12-11. Sean McDonough had 5 goals and 2 assists on that night. And it's those kind of games that get these teams prepared for moments like this. Chaminade has played Manhasset and West Islip. They're only 2 losses of the season. But they've also beaten Del Barton twice, Del Barton once, St. Anthony's twice, Massapequa, Fairfield Prep, and Yorktown. So it is a spectacular lacrosse experience these young men get. And that is why there are so many guys going on to play college lacrosse. Out of bounds it goes. Big call right there, and it goes the way of St. Anthony.
Tough break there for Chaminade. They got the turnover they wanted, then they must have kicked the ball out of bounds. I missed it, Jim. But they're going to stay on the double team and look to get possession back.
There is the double team. Ball is down. Oh, look at Chaminade. They took it away. Just a beautiful job by Mikey Quinn. Now Sean Mann on the run. Here comes Mann now. Full head of steam. Sean Mann, the Harvard-bound captain, he gets blown up by the defense. And look at St. Anthony's. That might be the play of the game defensively for the Friars, but then they threw it away.
You see the no quit by Timmy Stackpole there. Sean Mann, he thinks he's in. Timmy Stackpole runs him down from behind, makes the play. It's one thing when you get in these big settings, you can't hear your teammates yelling, watch your back. Timmy Stackpole doesn't quit, makes a play.
Down 2 goals, Chaminade's got to do it in a hurry. Here they come. Walter Rooney, final 30 seconds. Onto the stick of Clarkson. Clarkson fires one wide. And it'll stay with the Flyers. And now Chaminade and Jack Moran want to talk about it. They trail by 2 with 28 seconds left. Well, Jack Moran, who beat St. Anthony's twice in this regular season, said we never spoke about it. And knowing that his team has lost these last 2 championships, losing the 2 titles, he said, yes, it's the elephant in the room, but you know what? We don't talk about it. And no matter what he said, after 4 quarters, hey, if we lose this championship, it will not mean this team is a failure, because they have played a beautiful brand of lacrosse. They will all graduate predominantly with honors, and most of them will go on to college and play lacrosse. And he said, that's the business we have chosen. That's the business we're in, shaping and molding these kids to move on with their lives. Not bad.
Not bad, and a good man. Both staffs made up of good people here. You know, just terrific leaders of young men, showing them what's important. But what's important now to Jack Moran is, hey guys, I'm coaching you for the next 28.1, and we are going to get into some type of inbounds play off the end line, and we're going to figure out how to put this something quick inside. We need a quick hitter so we can get that face off and bring this thing back to 12 all.
Jack Moran also told us he wants to send well wishes to his trainer of 7 years, Mike Moran. Suffered a mild stroke about a month ago. He left the hospital today, and hopefully he's home watching. He said everyone on this team, all the kids, they love that guy. They wish him a speedy recovery. They can't wait to see Mike Moran, no relation to Jack, get back as the trainer for the Flyers of Chaminade. Final 27 seconds. Chaminade's got to get it done in a hurry. Sean Mann now on his horse, drops it off. Cross field they go, and it is loose. These are seconds Chaminade could not afford. Final 10 seconds. A year ago, the Flyers went back-to-back. That was the T-shirt. Make it a three-peat now. They've won it. They are your Catholic champions, the Friars of St. Anthony's. These 2 seconds will be a moot point. This ball game is over. They came out fast. They led 4-1, 5-2. Every run that Chaminade made, St. Anthony's turned them back. One thing he can't do in 3 seconds, Pat, is score 2 goals. That is it. It is over. The Friars are Catholic champs. What a battle. 22 goals. Back to back to back title. The last time a team won 3 in a row, they won 4 in a row. It was Chaminade, 05 to 08. Pat, it was an opportunistic night for Keith Weiserich's bunch. They came out fast. They saw their lead disappear, but every time that lead disappeared, they had one of their players step up, whether it was Joe Lacasio along the way, all those big goals by Joe Lacasio tonight, or if it was Charlie Raffa or Sean McDonough. That is what a team is all about. Different guys taking turns and sharing the glory.
You had different guys answer the bell. You had Brendan Conroy get a big goal off the faceoff. Charlie Raffa did some great things. You know, you had Bernardo and McDonough get it started. And when you get into a matchup like this, you know you're going to give your punches and you're going to take your punches. They came out punching early. They took Chaminade's best shot. To their credit, Chaminade came at them, gave them everything they could. And in the end, St. Anthony's, like when we talked to Coach Weiserich during the week, the big thing he said was, I feel really good about my team. I feel like I'm as healthy as I've been all year. I just feel like I got a good life in this team. I think things feel great. I'm ready for this one. Our group is ready. They went out, and to a man, they performed up and down the field. It was a tremendous effort by St. Anthony's tonight.
Well, leading the handshake line will be John Connors, the senior goalie whose career comes to an end at Chaminade. What a leader, what a veteran before he heads off to Navy. John Connors had a dynamic career. Doesn't have a title to show for it, but he's the kind of kid you'll take in between the pipes any day of the week. And what a moment for Kieran Burke, the junior. He had a special night here, taking on Connors and company, but Kieran Burke, opportunistic saves, big saves along the way. They meant something. 4 quarters are in the books. In the league known as the Catholic League on Long Island, the heavyweight title is going to the Friars. The postgame is straight ahead.
Need to avoid this? Head to News12.com's Traffic Center and check out more than 600 traffic cameras live on News12.com. Know before you go.
Our Lax Live had an epic battle between St. Anthony's, the Friars, and the Chaminade Flyers. Only one team can be the victor. It is a three-peat for St. Anthony's. And for the junior, the Harvard-bound junior, Sean McDonough. Boy, did anybody play better in the last month of the season. He was on fire. 4 points in this game, all in the first half. He is with Tara. He's a champ as a junior.
Sean, what a way to end this season. You finished with a hat trick, a three-peat now for your team. How can you describe this moment?
I mean, I don't have any words to describe it. It's an unbelievable feeling. To come back my second year on varsity and win another one is just unbelievable. And with the great group of seniors we have, it's great to play with them, and we're going to miss them.
And as coach is getting doused with Gatorade right now, you hear your teammates behind us. How do you assess what this team was able to do this season after losing twice already to the Flyers to come back when it mattered most on the biggest stage?
I mean, it shows the heart that we have as a team. I mean, we got up every practice, every day, and just work until we can't work anymore kind of thing. And the work really paid off today, and winning that last one is the only one that counts in my book. So.
Well, it certainly does account hugely. This was a back-and-forth game, a true battle. What was it like in the trenches out here on the field?
We got up early, and I knew they were going to come back. They always do, and we had the composure to really finish it out, and we did, and it was just incredible.
Go soak this up with your teammates. It is well-deserved. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Jimmy.
Oh, what a ride. What a ride for the junior. We look at our game summary. Hey, this was a tight one. St. Anthony's jumped out to that 4-1 lead in the first quarter, Pat. Chaminade with the big second quarter. They trailed only by a goal at the half, and that was a late one by Joe Lacasio. And look at him in the third. Back and forth they went. We were tied at 7 in the third. In the fourth quarter, St. Anthony's 1 goal better.
It was just a nice job by St. Anthony's. Sean McDonough gets him going early. You know, he carries it through. Kieran Burke with the 10 saves. Nice job out of him. Just an overall good effort by St. Anthony's.
Well, for Kieran Burke, what a junior season. It's one he will truly remember. It won't be long before he calls his older brother Sean and says, "Hey, Sean, I got myself a title, too." 10 saves in the game on the 20 shots he faced. The spectacular junior is now with Tara.
Sean, 10 saves and just enough to get the job done. Only a junior, but what does this feel like for you, able to get this Catholic League championship?
This is awesome. Best feeling of my life. Being out there with all my defensemen is great. No words can describe what feeling that is. It's awesome.
You've seen Chaminade twice already this year and didn't end up on the right end of the stick. Today you guys came in with a renewed focus. A couple got past you, and Coach said you're going to get the next one. What did that do for your confidence?
That just boosted my confidence a lot. It gave me that big step towards the ball, maybe get my body in front of it. I don't know. Coach just really helps boost my confidence.
When you hit the fourth quarter, was there a moment in that fourth frame that you thought, we got this, or was it never safe?
About 5 minutes in with our attackman, I thought we had it. Then wasn't sure, thought got those 2 goals, but I think we played great, and I think we came out to win with a good job.
I'm going to let you enjoy the three-peat, but is it possible for your senior season that you and the guys can get a 4th one?
I hope so. I hope so.
All right, congratulations. Enjoy. Jimmy?
No doubt about it, just a junior. And as you see, as the presentations go on midfield, and Pat, I tell you, so many championships are built on so many little moments adding to the big moments. And we mentioned all the guys that chipped in. It's, Dan Siglio making a play on defense. We saw Timmy Stackpole chipping in on defense. Sean McDonough. We just heard from Kieran Burke and Channing Chunk. But, of course, it was Joe Lacasio his 2 goals late in the second quarter, late in the third quarter, that were the big ones in this game.
It seems every time we get our eyes on the field and Joe Lacassio's out there, he's making a big play, and it's always at a big point. Really a pleasure to watch a guy who rises to the occasion like he does.
Thunder Joe is with Tara.
I'm going to call him just in the nick of time, Joe. Jimmy. Joe, 2 very timely goals tonight. As you were approaching the cage, are you looking at the clock? Are you looking at the field? What was going through your head?
I'm just looking where the goalie's stick is, and John Connors is an excellent goalie. Got to give credit to him. He played his butt off the past 3 games that we played him. To be honest with you, I just shot as fast as I possibly could to blow it by him, and I went stick side high, and the other one, I was one-on-one with him, so I just blew it by low.
A 3-peat for the Friars. How can you describe this moment on a very big stage, having lost to Chaminade twice this season?
Oh, it's an incredible feeling for everyone. I mean, we lost twice, and Termination, and they rubbed it. They've been rubbing it in our face all week. They were texting us saying good luck, thinking that they're going to win. But this feeling's incredible. Pretty much the whole team's going away this weekend in the NCAA tournament. So, and that ride would have been horrible with a loss. So with the win, it just feels incredible.
It certainly would. Give me a little highlight as to what the texts are going to be like going back at them this weekend.
I think I'm going to lay low for a little while because we're actually going to be staying with each other, because off the field we're actually very good friends. But on the field it's like we don't even know each other.
All right, well, congratulations. Enjoy
much.
the win and the weekend. Jimmy, they respect one another on the field and off, and that is what makes this Catholic League game and this rivalry between Chaminade and St. Anthony's just so fun.
Yeah, lay low, Lacasio. I'm not seeing it, Tara. But what we are seeing is Keith Weiserick leaving the Catholic Championship wet as can be. It's got to feel so good. The trophy presentation is straight ahead on Locks Live.
Don't miss Camera One coverage of championship lacrosse when the Greenwich Cardinals battle the Glastonbury Tomahawks at the Connecticut Class L Girls Lacrosse Finals on MSG Varsity Lacrosse Game Time. Camera One coverage, Tuesday, June 21st at 3 p.m.
It's a Seward Stadium celebration for the Friars of St. Anthony's High School. The battle of the Long Island Catholic superpowers. As Don Buckley, athletic director of St. Anthony's, has to feel good, giving out the hardware. We want to thank St. Anthony's and Chaminade, the Flyers, for just helping us out along the way in preparing for this Catholic championship. As Don Buckley gives out the plaques, Mr. Scarola to his right, athletic director at Chaminade. Tom and Don show out there. But on this night, for the 86th graduate of St. Anthony's, Keith Weiserick, the coach has done it again, a 3-peat. They came in 2 programs with history, tradition, some of the best players in high school lacrosse the nation has to offer. Early on, Christian Bernardo set the tone. It was Sean McDonough chipping in, and St. Anthony's opened up a huge lead. Joe Lacasio with the timely goals, but back would come Chaminade. Matty Clarkson and company would fight all the way back. Shane Thornton would not be denied, and of course, the final game for Matty Cavanaugh as a Flyer. Twice, Jack Moran's team would tie this game, but in the end, Joe Lacasio and the Friars of St. Anthony just had a little too much. We want to